Once upon a time there was an old woman who lived all alone in a small cottage on the edge of a dark forest. She had lived there for many years and was content with her quiet, solitary life. One night, as the old woman was sitting by her fire, she heard a strange noise coming from her garden shed. It sounded like scratching and rustling, and it made her feel very uneasy. She got up and peered out of the window, but she couldn't see anything in the darkness. Her heart pounding, she fumbled for her gas lantern, its flickering flame casting long, eerie shadows across the room. She peered out the window, but the darkness was impenetrable, the garden shrouded in an inky blackness that seemed to press against the glass. The creaking sound came again, louder this time, and the old woman's grip tightened on the lantern. She hesitated, her mind conjuring up images of all the wild creatures that roam the woods at night, but curiosity, mixed with a tinge of fear, urged her forward. Slowly, she creaked open the door, the lantern casting a dim beam into the darkness. She stepped out onto the porch, the cold night air biting at her skin. The wind howled around her, whipping the trees into a frenzy, and the rain lashed down mercilessly. She held the lantern high, its beam searching the garden. The creaking sound seemed to be coming from the old oak tree that stood at the far end of the garden. It snarled, branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. As she approached the tree, the creaking grew louder, and she could see something moving in the shadows beneath its branches. She raised the lantern higher, her heart pounding in her chest. And then she saw it. A small, furry creature, no bigger than a cat, was perched on a branch, its eyes glowing in the lantern light. It was unlike any animal she had ever seen before, with fur as white as snow and eyes that shimmered with an otherworldly light. The creature stared at her for a long moment, its eyes never leaving hers. Then, with a sudden burst of energy, it leapt from the branch and landed at her feet. The old woman gasped, but the creature made no move to attack. Instead, it nuzzled its head against her hand, purring softly. A wave of warmth washed over the old woman as she stroked the creature's soft fur. She had never felt so alone in her life, but now, in the presence of this strange and beautiful creature, she felt a sense of peace and companionship she had never known before. From that night on, the creature became her constant companion. They would spend hours together, sitting in the garden or exploring the woods. The old woman never learned what the creature was, but she didn't care. It was her friend, her confidant, and her family. And as the years passed, the old woman no longer feared the darkness or the sounds of the night. She knew that her friend was always there, watching over her, keeping her safe. The end.